Let's hear what you got. All right, Georgia. This is not about me. This is not about Veterans for America First. This is about good versus evil, communism versus our freedoms. And let me say, if I would have known two of our people were speaking here before me, I would have promoted that. My name is Stan Fitzgerald. I'm a film producer and director. I've put out 3 films through a wonderful organization called Veterans for America First. Our first film was called The Fall of Deceit, featuring General Flynn, Laura Loomer, Jody Heiss. Our second film was called Border Invasion, American Crisis, featuring Jared Craig, who's sitting over there, several members of the Border Patrol, or former Border Patrol agents, and some very high-profile candidates across the country. And the most current film we put out is our best work yet. So really, any of you here can show it for free after you look at the trailer, because we want to get it out there for free. It's called VFAF, Veterans for Trump, the Movement. And it's got Admiral Kubik, who is our national spokesman and one of the original Veterans for Trump from 2015. Captain Robert Cornicelli, who is our national president. He served on the Trump campaign in South Carolina. He's a very high-profile veteran that fights for this country. He was endorsed by Rudy Giuliani when he ran for Congress. We have Jeff Hoffman, who's a veteran out of Virginia. He's our National Operations Director. We also have Elizabeth Helgelin, who's not a veteran, but she's a former state senator from Nevada. She's a social media influencer. She's our National Comms Director. And our team is made up of veteran leadership. Okay, I'm just doing the films right now. I'm an ambassador now. But you can always count on veterans, cops, and lawyers to have your back. Wait, did I say lawyers? Oh, wait, no, I didn't mean that. Well, that lawyer. Okay, this lawyer right here, Jared Craig, he was selected by the Trump campaign and the RNC to be one of the 100 lawyers in Georgia who are going to be at the ballot box. Okay, they're going to be watching the vote. Okay? Jared has been working election integrity since 2020, as are most of the people tied to our organization. Like Gregory Howard pointed out when he first spoke, he's been in that game a long time trying to save our country. Now, let me just tell you a little bit about our organization. But Jared doesn't have bronchitis like I do, so he's gonna step up here in a moment. Okay, our organization was founded in 2015 by Admiral Charles Kubik, who went on to be a 2016 campaign advisor for Donald Trump, candidate Trump at the time. So he is the original veteran for Trump. I am not a veteran. It's an honor that I could help this team of great leaders across the country, and I hope that you check them out. I'm one of the very blessed people who's been invited to meet the president a few times. I've met Donald Trump 13 times. 2 of those times I spoke to him. One of them was 8 minutes long, and I could tell you all, he is a real guy that cares about the people. He is not a politician, and he loves this country, and he loves all of you. What the left, the establishment, and the communist infiltrators are doing to him is deplorable. Okay, we need you all to fight for this man. This is about saving our country and Donald Trump. Now, I'll tell you a quick story about one of the times he invited us to Mar-a-Lago, and hopefully all of you will get there one day. In 2022, he invited our organization to his presidential announcement for when he decided he was going to run for President of the United States 2024 cycle. And one of the things he said to us, everybody in the room, there was, I don't know, maybe 1,000 people. It was the big room in Mar-a-Lago, but it was the country's leading influencers, donors, and grassroots movement leaders. We were invited as grassroots. One of the things he said was, he looked at all of us and he said, which is so true, every one of you in this room is going to be targets. They're going to come after you. He goes, thank you all for being here and stepping up and making yourself a target to save America. Something like that. I'm doing it from memory. My wife looked at me and said, why the hell are we doing this? And I said, because it's the right thing to do. I said, they're going to come for us eventually, but we'll be totally transparent and just fight for this country. Well, about a year ago it started. We had an infiltrator in our organization, and that infiltrator caused division, chaos, and that's what they do. They want to split your grassroots groups. They want to hurt grassroots candidates. They will infiltrate every organization they can and try to destroy it. And they latch on to grassroots candidates. And if there's a candidate here that happened to, who chooses to remain silent about that experience, you don't deserve to run on the America First platform, because you are a coward. No, I'm not saying anyone here is, but we have candidates that these people infiltrated and got them to cause division in this organization. So Donald Trump does not need candidates that are too afraid for their own political ass to stand up and tell the truth about what happened. We need people that are going to speak up and point out these infiltrators and tell the truth. And right now, everyone in this room is patriots. You need to stand up. You need to fight for Trump. They're going to come after you, but you got to do the right thing. That's why I did it. That's why our veterans do it. Admiral Kubik, Robert Cornicelli, Jeff Hoffman, Bernie Flowers, Lieutenant Colonel, who served as DHS Secretary. These people are American heroes who are stepping up to save this country, and these people are trying to destroy them with a bunch of lies. Elizabeth Heglin, Jared Craig, they're civilians like myself, but these are patriots. Like I said, Jared's going to be out there watching the vote. So let me bring up Jared just to tell you a little more about what we do, because I'm just doing the films. Thank you for listening to me. I get a little passionate because, you know, we're dealing with fighting evil. Jared, come on up and just tell them.
I'm short, so I have to move this out of the way a little bit. First off, I don't take any offense to the comment about lawyers. I don't like them either. You get good reason not to. But nevertheless, my name is Jared Craig. I'm the Vice President of Veterans for America First and Veterans for Trump. And I have been an advocate for veterans since I started to run for U.S. Congress, and I ran for U.S. Senate at one time. But a lot of what I was fighting for was for the interest of veterans, the population segment that has actually put themselves at risk in exchange for governmental treatment and governmental benefits and the respect of the citizenry. But our organization, what we're doing is we're promoting candidates who are veterans themselves and are America First candidates. We're also promoting candidates who are willing to vote for and submit legislation that benefits veterans, all veterans, regardless of race, national origin, creed, but the veterans who deserve these benefits. Who are we going to put in place that is going to fund these organizations? Who's going to fund the VA? Who's going to help the actual soldiers who have come home, bled, and put their life at risk for you and my family and all of us in the United States? So what we've been doing in this cycle is fighting at all fronts, talking about voter integrity. We have been trying to get the Dominion machines thrown out for 4 years now, if not longer, some of us. We've been fighting to bring attention to the border crisis and the invasion of every state now being a border state. And lastly, we want to bring attention to the veterans and not only explain to the population through our films that veterans are the most patriotic and well-deserving subsection of our population, but also to remind the veterans that your oath is still active, that what you fought for is still willing and worth fighting for today. When you were discharged from the military, your oath remains active, and we ask for you to get out from your front porch to the ballot box or even run for office yourself. We'll be behind you, and if you're American First or America First agenda minded, we will support you and give you a platform and give you the opportunity to share your message and what you're willing to do. And if you don't, we'll hold you accountable for what you said you were going to do, because we want to inform the people of who is running for office so they have the most information for each candidate. So I want to direct all of you to check us out at vfaf.us and check out our films If you want to contact us and have a showing where you can bring more attention in your community, please reach out to us however you feel necessary. But we don't hide very easily, and you can find us most everywhere. So thank you for your time, and keep up the good work, because y'all are the patriots that need to keep moving. So thank you very much.
And as we sign off, I almost forgot something very important. Where's Mack Mcgregor? Where's Mack? All right. Mack Mcgregor, come on up here for 1 second. Or two. I'm sorry to be this intermission pause, but this man right here is a Marine veteran. He's an American hero, and more so, he's fought for election integrity. He fought so hard, the FBI paid a few visits to him. And we are honored that Georgia veteran Mack Mcgregor, a Marine who served valiantly, is joining us at Veterans for America First.
Thank you, thank you. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, what you need to know about election integrity. So let's put it like this. Is everybody from the state of Georgia? Right, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so what you need to understand is that the machines that you're playing with, you've been playing with for about 30 years. They were known as the die ball machines. Remember those? Same software in the die ball is also in the Dominion machine. So at that point, you need to understand that things were set up behind closed doors, deals were made, and the machines helped that process move forward. It's almost like your vote didn't count. So along with 44 others, we petitioned the federal grand jury, and they come after us. They shut us down. We've been going and fighting ever since this took place. The day that I stood up at the State House, we delivered 30 to 40,000 affidavits to Governor Kemp's office. What do you think he done with them? Yeah, he burned them. So what does that tell you about your state? What does that tell you about your elected officials?
They're traitors.
That's it. You're correct. So it's time to stand up. It's time to come together and fight for what's right. Because if you don't lose everything now, you won't have it in the future for your kids. I'd rather lose it now, than that way my kids have something in the future. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we really need to stand up, and we really need to fight. That's what it's all about. And I am proud to be a part of the organization that's willing to do this. I will lead the front. My oath doesn't die. God at my side, the Constitution, and with the Bible, we will do what needs to be done regardless. Thank you.
Yeah.